Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today's video, as you can see from the title below, is going to be a story time video. I might do a couple of these depending on how many good stories I have to tell you. So basically, I'm gonna tell you like a true life story, like something from my life that really happened. It's not fictional. I'm not making any of it up. This is gonna be true life stories here. Getting real with you. I'm just going to jump right into it. The one I'm going to tell today, I'm not sure what I'm gonna title it yet, but it's going to be about my first clubbing experience. So just to start off, I just want to say that I don't really like clubbing, and it's not just because of my faith. It's more of a personal personal choice, not reason, personal choice. I don't like to drink too much. I don't drink to excess, so I don't get drunk ever. I've never been drunk. I'm 22 years old. I've never been clubbing, and I've never been drunk. Well, now I've been clubbing, but anyway, so it's just not something that I just ain't about that life. That's just me. That's just my personal choice. Has a little bit to do with my faith, but more that it's a personal choice, and I just think that too much alcohol makes you stupid, and I'd rather be completely sane, because bad things tend to happen when you're under the influence, and I would rather be in control of myself over not, basically. You know what? If you like to drink, then that is your prerogative. Like I said, I don't mind the occasional drink. Like, I'll have 1, 2, 3 tops maybe. Like, I'm more of a casual social drinker. I'll have a drink. I'm not like is it pro-alcohol? Pro-alcohol? Is that the word? I'm not against alcohol. I'm against drinking to excess is what I'm against. But anyway, if that is something you do in your life, then that is your choice, and I'm not gonna judge you for it. It's just, for me personally, I don't think that is something I need in my life. Anyway, let's just jump right to the story. So, a couple of months ago, like 2 or so ago, in August, I went with a co-worker friend of mine down to Edmonton, and on our last night there, the Sunday night there, she decided she wanted to go to a club because she really wanted to show me a club, because I think some people get very shocked when I say, oh, I've never gotten drunk, or I've never been to a club, and I'm 22 years old, and I think some people get like, holy crap, they feel the need to help you experience these things. I didn't really need the experience, but as you're gonna see, it happened anyway. So anyway, it's a Sunday night. Obviously, it's not prime party night, basically. So there was only one club, as far as we knew, open in downtown Edmonton that night, and it was like a couple blocks from our hotel. So myself, my friend, and 2 of her friends that live in Edmonton, we all walked down to this club. First impression of the club, it was loud. The music was so loud that there was no way you were having a conversation, and you could barely even think. The music was so loud. 2, the music was not my style of music at all. I didn't know any of the songs. When we got there, it was probably just after 11, maybe 11:30, so it was pretty dead, because as I was told, that places like this don't fill up until about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. So there wasn't that many people in there, and just kind of went in. We grabbed a table. There wasn't really that many tables. There was just a few on the outskirts of this club. Oh, and the club wasn't really that big. It was quite a tiny club. I wasn't even going to actually drink because, number one, I didn't know any names of drinks to order. And I just, like I said, I walked in and I was like, what is this? My friend ended up paying for my drink, so she actually asked the bartender, she said, what's the girliest drink you have here? And he handed her this purple drink, and that's what we ended up calling it for the rest of the night, as a purple drink, because she didn't even know the name of it. And it basically tasted like grape pop, and it was delicious, and I could have drunk, excuse my English, but I could have had 20 of those. You couldn't taste any alcohol. You could probably definitely get drunk off those if you drank too many, because like I said, they were so good and you couldn't taste alcohol. So I actually really enjoyed it. I ended up just sipping on that, and the place slowly started to fill up, more people were coming in. I was just kind of standing there drinking my little purple drink. I'm just it's just, and I was kind of just trying to keep to myself. I was just observing. I was fine just observing everybody and just kind of being there, but not being seen. I wanted to be like a wallflower, but as you will see, that is not how that night turned out. So I'm standing there drinking my purple drink, and a large black man, not large, like large this way, not large height-wise, comes up to me and he leans in and he asks me to dance with him. And I could tell that he had an accent, so I think he might have been like Nigerian or something like that. And right off the bat, I mean, he looked like he was almost 40 years old. I was like, no, I ain't about that life. I ain't about my sugar daddy life. I was like, it's just not gonna work for me. So he like leans in, he's like, do you want to dance? And I was like, no. And he was persistent and he was like, come on, dance with me, come on, dance, let's go dance, come on. And I was like, no. And I'm like looking at him and I'm like looking at the people dancing and I'm thinking, there's no way I am going to go dance with you like these people. Like, picture Miley Cyrus rubbing her bum on Robin Thicke's area. That was basically the dancing. A lot of booty shaking and a lot of rubbing and touching of places that I was just not comfortable doing, nor will I probably ever be. And I was thinking, there's no way I'm gonna dance with this stranger who looks like he's 40 and I'm 22 and do what they're doing. So I just wasn't about that life. Plus, I was just picturing, you know, I don't dance. I know I can't. So I don't dance, and my friends can back me up on this. Like, this is literally my dancing. This is where I live. Snaps and claps. This is where I live. If you guys get that quote, comment down below. And I was just thinking, yeah, that's not going to be pretty if I get out on the floor, and it's gonna pretty much be this. Noticeably white. Because the other white people dancing, noticeably white. So I kept saying no, and he was pretty persistent. He wouldn't leave me alone. Finally, my friend come up to me and she pulled me up to the bar, like away from him, and she goes, it looked like you needed saving. And I went, thank you. So up at the bar, she ended up getting me another purple drink, and I tried a shot for the second time. I've had a shot previous and I did not like it, and I didn't want to take this shot because I thought it was gonna be disgusting, but it turned out to be not bad. It tasted like peaches, which it was actually pretty delicious, and I was like, all right, that's fine. One shot, I did it. It tasted fine. It didn't taste like medicine. We're golden. That's all I need tonight. Just my 2 purple drinks and my shot. But my friend had made friends with a guy there who was just spending money like it was water, man. He was like, I saw him tip the bartender, I think like $10. Like, he gave his 20 and then the guy tried to give him $10, his change, and then he goes, no, you keep it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what I could do with $10? But he ended up paying for all our drinks the rest of the night. So my friend knows how to work it. So he ends up paying for the drinks, and so he wants us to do another shot. So we ended up doing another one, and that one was not good. It was disgusting, tastes like medicine. I wanted to just throw it back up. As soon as it hit my tongue, I was like, ugh, disgusting. So in total, I ended up drinking 2 purple drinks, 2 shots, and I had a fruity, like, alcoholic beverage at dinner time. So I had 5 drinks in total that night, but I also had a large cup of water. So I feel like that dilutes some of the alcohol. I didn't get drunk. I didn't even feel buzzed because I was kind of just like, I could leave right now and be fine. I can walk in a straight line. I'm totally sane, and you know, everything's running correctly. After we had the second shot, I kind of just moved around from place to place, and I was just sipping my purple drink and just kind of observing everybody still. And I went and I was kind of standing near the table, and then my other 2 friends were kind of across from me, so I was kind of facing them. And lo and behold, guess who comes up to me for a second time? Same creepy black man comes up to me, and he like leans in. He's in my personal space, and I'm just like trying to keep my cool because I don't like people getting like up in my personal space. Like, unless I allow them to be in my personal space, I don't want them in my personal space. So he comes up to me again, and he was like, come on, come dance with me. And I'm like, no. And he's like, come on. And then he goes, what's your name? And I went, no. And he's like, what? Come on, just tell me your name. And I went, no. I should have just given him a fake name so that he'd leave. He probably still wouldn't have left. And so he kept pestering me for my name, and I wouldn't give it to him. I felt like, you know that song by Meghan Trainor where the song's called No? And she's like, my name is no, my number is no, my sign is no, you gotta let it go. That was basically me. I was like no to everything. So he just wouldn't give up, and he wouldn't give up. So finally I kind of just pushed past him and walked up to my friend who was still at the bar talking with her new guy friend. And I kind of grabbed onto her arm, and then he finally like walked away, like he left me alone. So then again, I'm kind of just moving around in our little area where we were kind of sitting and stuff like that, and then I moved over and I was where our table was, the wall was kind of like over on this side. So I went and I like leaned up against the wall, and I was just kind of like leaning against the wall, just drinking my purple drink. So I'm just drinking my drink, and then this guy decked out all in red. He had like a red cap on, he had a red jersey, he had red shorts, and he had red shoes. I'm pretty sure he had red socks. He comes up and he like leans against the wall beside me, and I out of the corner of my eye, I could feel him looking down at me, like he would kind of glance down at me, because, you know, I'm short and he was tall. And he's looking at me, and I'm like, oh, please don't talk to me, please don't talk to me. And he must have been about to say something to me, because my friend's friend, who was kind of near me, come over and she starts like dancing by me, like, and I was like, whoa, what you doing there, right? Like, because she's dancing on me, and I'm like, this is kind of uncomfortable. And then I kind of look over, and the must have made the guy beside me uncomfortable as well, because then he walked away, which I was like, whew. And then she leaned in and she goes, I was just trying to save you from that guy. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then she stops dancing by me, and then kind of like leave the wall area, thinking like, I gotta get out of here. So I go back and I sit down at the table, and I'm just sitting there again, enjoying my purple drink, and the guy in red kind of walks around past my table, and then he kind of stands diagonal from me, and I can see him out of the corner of my eye. He's staring, he keeps looking at me, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna talk to me. And he just kind of would slowly, it was like slowly inching his way over to me, and then finally he was close enough, and he like leans in and he's like, do you want to dance? And I'm like, nope. And thankfully, this guy was a little more respectful than the last guy. He just took the no and backed off right away. So I was like, okay, good. Literally, not even probably 5 minutes after this guy talked to me, that other same creepy Nigerian black man comes up to me for a third freaking time. I don't know if he thought like third time's a charm, but because it wasn't. And he comes up to me at the table and he goes, come on, come dance with me, just dance with me. And I was like, no. And I just kept shaking my head and saying no, and he just wasn't getting it. I just wanted to be like, do you understand English? Like, that's what I wanted to be like, because it was pissing me off. So he keeps asking, and then to my surprise, the guy in red comes over and he like leans into the black guy and he goes, she doesn't want to dance with you, leave her alone. She said no. And then he must have whispered something else, but I kind of like, after I heard him say that, I kind of like turned my attention away, because again, the music was really loud, so I couldn't really hear what he said after that, and I like just looked away, and I was trying not to like smile or laugh, because I figured that this guy in red was trying to play the chivalry card, and I think he was hoping that if he saved me from this man, that I would be like, oh, you're my hero, I will dance with you now. But I wasn't. Like I said, I ain't about that life. I ain't that easy. It's gonna take a whole lot more to get me to dance with you. So he does that, and then when I wasn't really paying attention to them, they both kind of just left me alone. So I was just sitting there, and it's getting late, and I'm kind of tired, and I'm tired of observing everything, because it's just a surreal feeling for me to see that people acted this way in public. I was just like, wow, that's why you need the alcohol, because you can't act like that sober. So anyway, I'm sitting there, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a really short, like Mediterranean looking man, and he's eyeing me up. He keeps glancing over at me, and I'm like, oh, please don't come over and talk to me. Don't do it. Just say no. Just don't do it. And he does it. I was sitting, for where I was sitting, it was me, then our purses and then my friend's friend was sitting on the other side of the purses from me. He gets up to go to the bathroom, and the little Mediterranean looking man, like, he was tiny, he was really short, he's probably shorter than me or my height, whatever. So he sees that as his opening, I guess, and he like comes over and then sits down. And then I was just like, I did this, I was just looking away. I wouldn't even look that way. I'm like, no, just looking, sipping my drink. Then all of a sudden, I kind of like turn my head like this, and he must have been like, that's my opening. And he leans in, and he's like, I like your hair. And I just kind of looked at him, and I went, okay. And then I leaned back, and I was like, trying to like look away, and then I don't know why I kept moving my head back, because it gets tiring to stay this way. So I like kind of put my head back. He sees his opening again, he like leans in again, and he's like, how did you do it? And then I'm like, I was trying to compute this stupid question, because my hair was literally just in like a messy pony. Like, I had put my hair in a pony, and then instead of pulling it all the way through, it's just that kind of like messy half pony, I guess. And I'm like, I just didn't know what to say, and it's so loud in there, you can't really have a conversation. So I like leaned in, and I'm like, it's a pony. And he goes, oh. And I went, yeah. and I leaned away, and then I just turned my whole body this way. So I like hoping he got like the idea that I just didn't want to talk. And then luckily my friends decided that it was time to go, and it was probably like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was yep, I'm like, yep, let's go, I'm cool, let's get out of here. So I hopped off the booth and we got the heck out of there. Needless to say, I won't be doing that again. I have no desire to go again. I have no desire to, you know, party like that. It's just not who I am. It's not me. It's not in my comfort zone. And then to top it all off, I got pink eye from it, because, you know, there's germs in that place, and I ended up, when I got back from Edmonton, first I got a scratchy sore throat and a cough, which I found out is pre-symptoms for pink eye. And I got pink eye. My eye was so red, I looked like the freaking Sith Lord or something. And then after the pink eye went away, I had the scratchy sore throat and cough for probably a good 3 weeks after. So it was not a good experience at all, and I got sick from it. So like I said, I don't really want to do it again. I had the experience, and I can say that I don't think it's worth it, and that's just my personal preference. Again, if you like to go partying and clubbing, and that's your personal preference. I don't like to do it. It's just, I don't see the point. I don't see it as fun. That is my first clubbing experience. I don't need to do it again. I'm done. I'm done with the club life. Overall, you know, it was just a weird night. If I could take it back, I would. But I can't. It happened. I had the experience, and I'm done with it. So yeah, that is it. That was my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, I hope you were able to laugh a little bit. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of my story, and let me know your guys' experience, or, you know, is partying and clubbing something you guys like to do a lot? Like, is that your thing, or are you like me and you just kind of, you prefer quiet settings? Like I said, I don't mind drinking, like having a few drinks, but I prefer it to be quiet. I prefer you like to be able to chat with people and make friends. Like, it's just, that was not the, I don't know how, like, obviously people just go to clubs to drink a lot, dance provocatively, and then hook up. Basically, that's the impression I got from that. So just let me know in the comments below your experiences. If you've had a bad experience or a funny one or whatever kind of experience, just let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read your stories, and that's it. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more storytime videos with moi, make sure to give me a thumbs up to let me know that you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see all you fine people next time. Bye.